What's up, guys? Welcome to March 29th, which also happens to be Good Friday. And I already did a video on Good Friday, so I don't need to be doing another one. And today we will be doing Joshua chapter 19, starting at verses 49. After all the land was divided among the tribes, the Israelites gave a piece of land to Joshua as his allocation, for the Lord had said he could have any town he wanted. He chose Timnath Sarah in the hill country of Ephraim. He rebuilt the town and lived there. These are the territories that Eleazar the priest, Joshua son of Nun, and the tribal leaders allocated as grants of land to the tribes of Israel by casting sacred lots in the presence of the Lord at the entrance of the tabernacle at Shiloh. So the division of the land was complete. Chapter 20. The Lord said to Joshua, "Now tell the Israelites to designate the cities of refuge, as I instructed Moses. Anyone who kills another person accidentally and intentionally can run to one of these cities. They will be places of refuge from relatives seeking revenge for the person who was killed. Upon reaching one of these cities, the person who caused the death will appear before the elders of that city gate and present his case. They must allow him to enter the city and give him a place to live among them. If the relatives of the victim come to avenge the killing, the leaders must not release the slayer to them, for he killed the other person unintentionally and without previous hostility. But the slayer must stay in that city and be tried by the local assembly, which will render a judgment. And he must continue to live in that city until the death of the high priest who was in office at the time of the accident. After that, he is free to return to his own home in the town from which he fled. The following cities were designated as cities of refuge: Kadesh of Galilee, in the hill country of Naphtali; Shechem in the hill country of Ephraim; and Kiriath Arba, that is Hebron, in the hill country of Judah. On the east side of the Jordan River, across from Jericho, the following cities were designated: Bezer in the wilderness plain of the tribe of Reuben; Ramoth in Gilead in the territory of the tribe of Gad; and Golan in Bashan in the land of the tribe of Manasseh. These cities were set apart for all the Israelites, as well as the foreigners living among them. Anyone who accidentally killed another person could take refuge in one of these cities. In this way, they could escape being killed in revenge prior to standing trial before the local assembly. Chapter 21. Then the leaders of the tribe of Levi came to console with Eleazar the priest, Joshua son of Nun, and the leaders of the other tribes of Israel. They came to them at Shiloh in the land of Canaan and said, "The Lord commanded Moses to give us towns to live in and pasture lands for our livestock." So, by the command of the Lord, the people of Israel gave the Levites the following towns and pasture lands out of their own grants of land. The descendants of Aaron, who were members of the Kohathite clan within the tribe of Levi, were allotted 13 towns that were originally assigned to the tribes of Judah, Simeon, and Benjamin. The other families of the Kohathite clan were allotted 10 towns from the tribe of Ephraim, Dan, and the half-tribe of Manasseh. The clan of Gershon were allotted 13 towns from the tribes of Issachar, Asher, Naphtali, and the half-tribe of Manasseh in Bashan. The clan of Merari was allotted 12 towns from the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and Zebulun. For the Israelites obeyed the Lord's command to Moses in assigning these towns and pasture lands to the Levites for casting sacred lots. The Israelites gave the following towns from the tribes of Judah and Simeon to the descendants of Aaron, who were members of the Kohathite clan within the tribe of Levi, since the sacred lot fell to them first. Kiriath Arba, that is, Hebron, in the hill country of Judah, along with its surrounding pasture lands. Arba was an ancestor of Anak, but the open fields beyond the town and the surrounding villages were given to Caleb, son of Jephunneh, as his possession. The following towns with their pasture lands were given to the descendants of Aaron the priest: Hebron, a city of refuge for those who accidentally killed someone; Libnah, Jatir, Eshtemo, Holon, Deber, Ain, Jeddah, and Beth Shemesh. 9 towns from these 2 tribes. From the tribe of Benjamin, the priests were given the following towns in their pasture land: Gibeon, Geba, Anathoth, and Almon. 4 towns in all. 13 towns with their pasture lands were given to the Levites, or to the priests, the descendants of Aaron. The rest of the Kohathite clan from the tribe of Levi were allotted the following towns and pasture lands from the tribe of Ephraim: Shechem, in the hill country of Ephraim, a city of refuge for those who accidentally killed someone; Gezer, Kibzim, and Beth Horon, 4 towns. The following towns and pasture lands were allotted to the priests from the tribe of Dan: Eltekeh, Gibbethon, Jalon, and Gath Rimmon, 4 towns. The half-tribe of Manasseh allotted the following towns with their pasture lands to the priests: Tanakh and Gath Rimmon, 2 towns. So in all, 10 towns with their pasture lands were given to the rest of the Kohathite clan. The descendants of Gershon, another clan within the tribe of Levi, received the following towns with their pasture lands. From the half-tribe of Manasseh: Golan in Bashan, a city of refuge for those who accidentally killed someone; and Torah, 2 towns. From the tribe of Issachar, they received the following towns with their pasture lands: Kishan, Daberath, Jarmuth, and Engannim, 4 towns. From the tribe of Asher, they received the following towns with their pasture lands: Mishal, Abdon, Helkath, and Rehob, 4 towns. From the tribe of Naphtali, they received the following towns with their pasture lands: Kadesh in Galilee, a city of refuge for those who accidentally kill somebody; Hamath, Dor, and Kartan, 3 towns. So in all, 13 towns with their pasture lands were allotted to the clans of Gershon. The rest of the Levites, the Merari clan, were given the following towns with their pasture lands: from the tribe of Zebulun: Jognim, Karta, Dimnah, and Nehala, 4 towns. From the tribe of Reuben, they received the following towns with their pasture lands: Bezer, Jahaz, Kedamoth, and Mephath, 4 towns. From the tribe of Gad, they received the following towns with their pasture lands: Ramoth in Gilead, a city of refuge for those who accidentally killed someone; Mahanaim, Heshbon, and Jezer, 4 towns. So in all, 12 towns were allotted to the clan of Merari. The total number of towns and pasture lands within Israelite territory given to the Levites came to 48. Every one of these towns had pasture lands surrounding it. So the Lord gave to Israel all the land he had sworn to give their ancestors, and they took possession of it and settled there. And the Lord gave them rest on every side, just as he had solemnly promised their ancestors. None of their enemies could stand against them, for the Lord helped them and conquer all their enemies. Not a single one of all the good promises the Lord had given in the family of Israel was left unfulfilled. Everything he had spoken came true. 1 Chronicles chapter 6 verses 54 to 81. This is a record of the towns and territory assigned by means of sacred lots to the descendants of Aaron, who were from the clan of Kohath. This territory included Hebron and its surrounding pasture lands in Judah, but in the fields and outlying areas belonging to the city were given to Caleb, son of Jephunneh. So the descendants of Aaron were given the following towns, each with its pasture lands: Hebron, a city of refuge; Libnah, Jatir, Eshtaol, Holon, Debir, Ain, Jeddah, and Beth Shemesh. And from the territory of Benjamin they were given Gibeon, Geba, Amalek, and Anathoth, each with its pasture lands. So 13 towns were given to the descendants of Aaron. The remaining descendants of Kohath received 10 towns from the territory of the half-tribe of Manasseh by means of sacred lots. The descendants of Gershon received by sacred lots 13 towns from the territories of Issachar, Asher, Naphtali, and from the Bashan areas of Manasseh east of the Jordan. The descendants of Merari received by sacred lots 12 towns from the territories of Reuben, Gad, and Zebulun. So the people of Israel assigned all these towns and pasture lands to the Levites. The towns in the territories of Judah, Simeon, and Benjamin mentioned above were assigned to them by means of sacred lots. The descendants of Kohath were given the following towns from the territory of Ephraim, each with its pasture lands: Shechem, a city of refuge in the hill country of Ephraim; Gezer, Jogmeam, Beth Horon, Ajalon, and Gath-Rimmon. The remaining descendants of Kohath were assigned the towns of Aner and Belim from the territory of the half-tribe of Manasseh, each with its pasture lands. The descendants of Gershon received the towns of Golan in Bashan and Ashtaroth from the territory of the half-tribe of Manasseh, each with its pasture lands. From the territory of Issachar they were given Kadesh, Daberath, Ramoth, and Anem, each with its pasture lands. From the territory of Asher they received Meshal, Abnon, Hokuk, and Rehob, each with its pasture lands. From the territory of Naphtali they were given Kadesh in Galilee, Hammon, and Kiriathaim, each with its pasture lands. The remaining descendants of Merari received the towns of Jogneam, Karta, Rimmon, and Tabor from the territory of Zebulun, each with its pasture lands. From the territory of Reuben, east of the Jordan River, opposite Jericho, they received Bezer, a desert town; Jahaz, Kedemoth, and Mephath, each with its pasture lands. And from the territory of Gad they received Ramoth in Gilead, Mahanaim, Heshbon, and Jazer, each with its pasture lands. And so that's the end for today. The part that stood out to me the most is probably verses 43 to 45 of Joshua chapter 21. And the reason why that part stood out to me is because it talks about, let me just read that again. It says, "So the Lord gave to Israel all the land he had sworn to give their ancestors, and they took possession of it and settled there. And the Lord gave them rest on every side, just as he had solemnly promised their ancestors. None of their enemies could stand against them, for the Lord helped them conquer all their enemies. Not a single one of all the good promises the Lord has given to the family of Israel was left unfulfilled. Everything he has spoken came true. And the reason why that part stood out to me is it really shows the faithfulness of God. When he makes a promise, he does not he makes sure that he fulfills his promise. And sometimes it's hard to see if what he has promised has been fulfilled. But it's all about our sense of awareness. And I feel like for me personally, God has answered like a big, like there's like you pray about it and then God says this thing will happen to you. And so for me, what stood out to me is like I prayed, like one of the things I prayed about for the past semester was that God would open up the hearts of my friends so that they may see and feel God's presence. And I really truly believe that God has fulfilled some of that promise that he said that I will be able to witness. And that is like one of my friends. He has really taken a big leap when it comes to faith. And it's just a blessing to see how God is able to fulfill that promise to me, that some of my friends will turn their life and submit their life to him. And so that's as an example. And so as we end today, I just want to kind of challenge us to rethink back on the promises that God has made, and like kind of being aware, acknowledge the times like in which he did fulfill his promises. And so yeah, other than that, I don't have anything else more to share. So may you guys go and walk with God.